He'll be right to come back on the next few minutes, boys.
Driving rain still. Second term underway. And the clearance. Cochin. High bomb. Vickery. Couldn't get near it. And McFarlane just did better than all.
There have been some good signs for the Dockers in the first term, although that's not a particularly good-looking kick.
Greg didn't want to mark it.
They are ahead in contested possessions, and they're getting good benefit from their inside 50. So they're as close as they probably could be on the scoreboard.
Mzungu to Barlow. Dawson went to ground, slapped it away. Johnson back to Mzungu. The kick was handy. Broughton makes it look even better. But Ballantyne, the excitement machine. Matthew Pavlich calls for it. He was bumped on the kick, Ballantyne. He makes a great effort to keep it in his area, and the umpire said it wasn't deliberate.
I think having tagging Delidio today as a receiver, would you go with Cochin more today, Rocket, or not?
Yeah, I can see Ross's point about going to Lido because he's so damaging, but I think you're right. The ball's not going to get on the outside that much today. I think it's going to be one in tight, and I think it's made for Cochin and Martin.
He's had plenty of the ball, Cochin, already. I think he's had 7 in the last quarter and already 1 or 2 in this one.
So Jack Rewalt still on the bench for the Tigers. Thrown out almost. Umpire said well done. Mundy almost throws it out. Umpire just wants them to get it out so he doesn't have to ball it up again. But he's got no choice. Umpires today, Justin Schmidt in action here. Jacob Mollison, Chris Donlan, and there is Jack Rewalt with Dustin Martin.
I reckon Jack's just saying, I'm ready to go back on. Let me get on, will you?
Matthew D also on the bench at the moment. And Brett O'Hanlon, the first gamer, is the sub for the Tigers, if you're unaware.
He's got some space here, Pav.
So DePort to Mzungu. He puts it skyward. Rance slips through. Danger. Morris almost decked. Grabbed by the pants. Free kick, Morris.
Well, we're going to see a lot of mistakes.
And that might be one as well. Everton knocks it clear to Main. Couldn't quite run away with it. Back to Everton. Tucked against the boundary. Looking for Matthew Pavitt. Straight through Ballantyne. That's his forte. Scrounges a goal, and they're within a behind.
Well, the scores are close enough now, and they were before that goal, where I reckon the team that adapts to the conditions the best is going to win. And to not have someone out the back of a contest when there are slippery balls hitting packs is inexcusable from a defensive perspective. And Richmond, of all teams, are one of the best in the competition at having someone out the back defensively. So there was a lack of communication or something went horribly wrong there.
Good news, Kingy.
Great news for the Richmond fans. Jack Rewalt back to full forward, back out on the ground. Spent 15 minutes getting attention on that right ankle, but looks ready to go.
Ball tossed in the air. Marich attacked Griffin. As Rue said, 2 old Adelaide boys who know each other well. Back inside 50 in Newman. Couldn't quite chest mark it. Main wobbles it towards full forward. Getting there, Ballantyne almost. Still trying to attack it. Gee, he had the skates on there.
So you've got to like Morris, haven't you? Just a little knock him off balance. Just saying, yep, I'm going to be all over you all afternoon.
Fremantle threatening to take the lead here. Have it at full forward. Plenty of players around the contest. Richmond free. If you have joined us late, Fremantle have not been in front today. Tigers took the lead with the opening goal and have not conceded the lead since then. Griffin and Marich to the boundary line. Still, the rain tumbles down. Ball in. Rossline, first season at Fremantle after 5 years. 3 grand finals and a 63% winning record at St Kilda, playing this kind of game plan. Barlow back inside 50. There's another Tiger player down.
Yep.
Might be Newman on hands and knees. That's bad news that the captain can't fight on. Ball comes to Everton in the meantime. Bangs it towards goal and scores a level.
Well, Hayden Ballantyne, who's one of the best stirrers going around, might have had something to do with this one.
Oh, he's copped a low blow, hasn't he?
Because Chris Newman's a tough bugger. He wouldn't be down unless he needs to be, but he looks like he might have copped one in the stomach region.
Or a little lower.
Yeah, well, he had a horrendous punctured lung against Fremantle a few years ago when he was hit very, very difficult kind of contest to try and win and put him out for a while. Griffin back in the meantime to attacking 50. And Newman still wobbling his way around at defensive 50. Hurley. Griffiths. Grigg. Rance. And they're a man down, remember.
And again, overusing it and feeding it out the back is fraught with danger in these conditions. Have a look at Chris Newman. He just gets an elbow to the midriff. Didn't look to be that bad, though, did it? He's just
not expecting it, I suppose.
The flick down. Grigg couldn't make something of that. Matthew Pavlich, 3 goals in the opening term. They are hassling their way into every contest, Fremantle, almost as if they wanted these conditions coming over here. Not the kind of conditions they play in all that often. Griffin and Marriage. Ballantyne downed off the ball, and Ballantyne might have an opportunity to give Fremantle the lead for the first time today.
Well, he loves being involved in all this scrappy stuff, doesn't he? He gets him fired up.
The antagoniser from outside the paint. Takes off. He just pops it up. Hope. Main got up there, couldn't mark it. Mundy. Beaten for it by Cochin. Got up, couldn't get a kick away. Just caught the outside of his boot. Not clear. Subin. Game's left it a gear despite these conditions. Slips it to the pocket. Hurley takes on Mundy. No prior opportunity. Wrapped up. Got to be a ball up. Umpire screams play on, just hoping that someone will get it out and do him a favour.
Freo dominated play in this second quarter. 6 inside 50s to zip so far. They've got 1 goal out of it, but they wouldn't mind another one.
Saw Rance take Ballantyne out in that contest. That was what the free was for. Barlow tucked against the boundary line. Hurley keeps it alive and takes off. Wants to run it to the open side. How would the umpire see that? I'm not sure he meant it.
That was off the side of the boot.
Yeah.
That's a good decision. I mean, it can look deliberate to players out there that don't see the ball coming off the boot. Nibbitson wanted the free kick, but that's skewed off the outside of the boot.
If you can fake that kind of sincerity, you can get away with that every time. Back inside.
Get ready. Yeah.
Rance. Slips one tackle. Slipped high on Pavlich. Ballantyne tried to make something of it, couldn't. There's 25 players around this ball right now. Scratch and Neal takes it to the line and we'll get a ball in.
There's a blast from the past, Dwayne.
Well, they called him Cowboy for a while. I think he looks more like Scratcher than a cowboy to me. Going on the 2 old champions as they were. Ball knocked out. Matthew Pavlich, speaking of champs. Tuck over the top. Cochin against the boundary line. Ibbotson.
He's had 4 disposals, Cochin. I'd be sending Crowley to him.
Pavlich up. Main from 3 deep.
Good catch.
Was never his ball, but they misread it, and he, given that he is 100% from set shots, will give Fremantle the lead for the first time today.
Chris, that's the line. Mark's right in.
But you can tell that Richmond in dry weather, to get the ball out of the press or the forward congestion or defensive congestion for them is run and handball. They can't do it today, and they're really struggling to get out of the back 50.
That's what he has. That's his angle and his distance, and he shanks it. That's his first miss, and he still hasn't kicked it behind from a set shot in 2012.
No, but he has kicked a sack.
That's right.
And that was an absolute, wasn't it? That was a shocker off the toe. The other thing Richmond's doing, Rocket, and it's fraught with danger, is they continue to try and feed the ball out the back of the stoppage. And as soon as you have a tiny little mishandle, all the pressure's coming that way, taking the ball closer to your goal, putting you under more pressure.
Hurley to the outer side. McFarlane through some legs. It's going to be this kind of game for the whole game with this rain settling in now. Mad scramble. The umpire continues to call play on. They don't want to get their ball up numbers too high. Hard attack from Clancy Pearce. Rolls it to Barlow. Mzungu. And was that out of bounds on the full? The umpire says no. David King.
Just having a look at the full forward situation for Fremantle, it's a genuine one-on-one in the goal square. I think when you've got conditions like this, you need to keep a goalkeeper type player as the Richmond defence in behind on that last line just to help, because it's going to come in long and hacked and just be a skid type situation. They need extra assistance.
Edwards to Marriage. Rewalk back on, back into it. First contest since his ankle problem. Jackson couldn't keep it in. In fact, the umpire said he did. And now it's out, and it's out on the full from Delidio's boot. Crowley to Johnson. Getting some advice from the Richmond fans at the pub road end. Griffin goes. Bounced off his chest. Conker to Tuck. Johnson stands under him. Needed to hold that. Got himself a free. Plant advantage.
And they've got numbers if they run it.
Hayden Crozier pumps it long. Inside attacking 50. A race on. Rance.
Well done, Morris.
Yeah, bumped Pavlich out of that contest and allowed Rance some space. Newman. Now Johnson's hurt from that contest.
Shoulder.
That was the one occasion, Crozier, there we actually needed to run and handle, because they had 3 players on one running through the middle of the ground, but the kick was to the advantage of the Richmond defenders.
Marrick. This is Adam Marrick.
Good vision.
Conker. He can get and go. Now realises it. Rewalt's on the move. Front spot though. Brilliant mark, McPhee. Umpire did pay the free. Still driving rain at the MCG. Vickery from behind with the fist. Hooley.
Oh, that's a chuck.
This is two-handed through it.
Richmond fans are getting a little restless at the moment. Ballantyne. They won't enjoy him getting it. And thumped clear by Newman, who's at least up and about after being winded earlier.
Bit of concern down here on field for Stephen Morris in that big clash, that big bump he put on Matthew Pavlich. I think he hurt his left shoulder, so very vulnerable close to goal now with that arm strength gone.
And Richmond don't have an experienced player to bring on as sub. They've got Brett O'Hanlon, their first gamer. He's a midfielder who can gather possessions, but this is a big stage. Tight game to make your debut as the sub and try and have an impact. Ballantyne. Marriage stole it from him. Jackson on the run. Subin right there. Jackson clever initially. Subin just as smart.
At least they've got a sub, Dwayne.
That's true. Fremantle with Sandlin's done for the afternoon. You could argue it's not big man conditions, but Sandlin's the #1 ruckman, at least for tap outs in the competition in 2012. He'll be missed. Martin. Gang tackle, dragged down.
I think it's the type of game, Jason, you spoke about before about not knocking around where it's just a surge game. Like the chance to soccer the ball off, put the back line under pressure, but getting the ball in there quickly, and even if it's on the ground.
Heard the umpire call knock 15, and Johnson looks okay now, takes it to the line.
Yeah, I think everything is about forward momentum.
10th versus 11th on the AFL ladder. Both teams 5 wins, 5 losses. A massive game for both, and they're playing like it is. Martin. Wobble clear off the boot towards the boundary, and taken to the line. Neal with Cochin. Damien Hardwick, 3rd year at the helm, 15th in his first year, 12th in his second year, hunting down a spot in the 8th this year in his 3rd season. Comes clear to D, but his handball is cut off by Ballantyne. Subin rolls it off the deck. Ballantyne starting to have an influence. It's a handball away. Towed off the deck. Crozier got the toe on it. Kept it in Fremantle's forward half, but it's stolen back. Having some sort of game, Cochin. To Martin, and now the overlap player. Vickery, little fumble. It worked for him. Sends it long, goal square. Marriage is down there this time, off hands. Rewald stole it from Nahas. Handball to Jackson. Half smothered the kick. Again, Ballantyne plays for the free. Doesn't get this one. McPhee. Hold of the jumper. Fremantle free to Hill.
At this stage, they've pulled Chris Newman back behind the ball for the Richmond Football Club just to clog up that defensive 15 and stop Fremantle driving that ball into their forward half, which has been a great move by Damien Harwood.
Umpires barking instructions. Hill kick smothered. Lost their past 3 games, Fremantle. Lost their past 3 in a row after looking solid under Ross Lyon. 5 wins and 2 losses after 7 games. This is huge for them. They played their way back into this after being 13 points down earlier. Hack forward, good pick up on the run. Not high. Marriage wrapped him up.
It's a great tackle for a big man. To not give a free kick away in that instance is a terrific effort from the Barn Marriage.
Good footy all round, really,
Yeah,
because
a good pick up by Servant.
Yeah. Good umpiring, good footy by both teams.
Mundy to Pavich. Toward Ballantyne. Rance. Got it on the second attempt. Johnson should swallow this. From half back, Matthew Pavich. Main's calling for it. Tough ball to be marking that one. A chaos ball inside 50 almost. Griffiths. Rance. D. Tuck. Rewald's got a couple to beat. Dawson one of them. He rides him a little. McFarlane spins. Mzungu. From half-back line to half-back line at the moment. Not a lot of scoring. Main edged under that by Newman. Free kick.
Yeah, to back that up, Dwayne, it's 13 inside 50s for 1 goal in the second quarter.
Yeah. Doesn't want to play us away. Mundy. Ballantyne's at full forward at the moment.
Got space too.
Everton puts it in his direction. Ballantyne one-on-one. Not clear by Morris. Stolen by Hill. To Subin. 50 from goal. Looks for a chance and he hits one. Everton. And he has a chance to give Fremantle the lead for the first time this afternoon.
Terrific vision from Nick Subin. But this is still going to be a big kick with a heavy ball from 48, 49 metres. It's going to take a great effort.
He hasn't kicked a goal all year, Garrick Everton. 4 behinds for 2012. The scores have been level for 13 minutes. Biggest lead we've had is Richmond by 13. And again, they can't take the lead. Play on. D, kick smothered. And Batchelor fumbles it to the line.
Is that wind stronger than it looks out there? We've seen a couple of kicks up down that end be shockers and really go out near the left-hand side goalpost, point post.
Barely a zephyr, according to those flags.
Maybe they were just bad kicks.
Edwards. Well, Fremantle wouldn't train in these conditions all that often. Melbourne teams do get an opportunity to do it more often than those from the west. Conker thumps it. Johnson, a race on. Nahas tracking him down. Bounce kindly for Johnson. Nahas just overcommitted a little. De Boer. They're outplaying Richmond right now, Fremantle, but they're not converting it to scores. Tigers led by 7 at quarter time, so Fremantle at least winning the quarter. Pearce knocks it down. Crozier to Mzungu. Crichton. Mzungu can get and go from the boundary line. Ballantyne short. He's on the move. Just over his head. Griffith. Griffith. Can you believe it? From the pocket. And Jonathan Griffin gives Fremantle the lead for the first time today.
I reckon you can have 100 goes at that. You kick one.
Yeah.
It's extraordinary. And for a ruckman to do it on his opposite peg, Mzungu kicks it deep to the pocket. It goes over the top, and look at that.
Yeah, I reckon that is probably 100 to 1.
But it's not a reward for effort.
Yeah.
That Fremantle are working hard. I think they're working harder from stoppages. They're spreading quicker. They're getting numbers of the ball a bit more, and they certainly look a bit more dangerous.
Marriage from the ball up against Griffin. Mzungu, they've got the momentum. Fremantle to Hill. Hurley bumped off it by May. Crowd wanted a free. It did appear to be bumped from the front, but he was attempting a mark. Hill inside 50 to Broughton.
Gee, they're controlling the tempo at the moment, aren't they?
And Broughton loads up from 50. He goes long. Misses. Griffiths. Griffin through his fist. Jackson wanted to go back to try and find a handball option. Conker caught a little high. Vickery floats it. Dawson stands under it. Cochin tried the knock on. Delidio. Tuck. Martin breaks clear to Nahas. Conker centering ball. Barlow just got there with a hand on it. Jackson tried to go off the deck. Barlow, a kick from his back. Subin dives in and ties it up.
Scored this quarter at Richmond. 7 inside 50s, no scores.
Tossed in the air. Another wraparound tackle by Main on Conker. Griffith tried to go off the deck. Mundy does. Newman takes on Pavlich in the end. He worried him out of it. Ballantyne got him in the back.
Yeah, had to be into that. Been a little bit lucky there, Chris Newman. Trying to overdo it.
Griffiths. Horrendous check to half forward. Cochin, Conker, Martin, stand start from 50. He's got plenty on that. It's long, touched. It would have been a goal.
Could have shepherded it through.
The cold hero of Villain. Ivan Maric on the line.
What do you do there, Jace? Do you...
in these conditions, you've got to shepherd it through.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was dry, you take the mark, that's fine, but not in these conditions.
Mzungu, he couldn't take the mark. It's a tough, slippery ball to gather right now. Ballantyne slips a handball out to Barlow.
The Richmond supporters a little bit edgy. 16-6, the free kick's in favour of Freo, so I think they're getting hard done by.
Griffin, fist. That's on the full.
That might be the free kick rate, Roo. I agree with that. But the contested football battle's been won by Fremantle. They've been harder and they've been lower for longer. So you'd expect the free kicks would favour them.
Fremantle by 6 points. 3.5 minutes to half time. Newman. Vickery up. Edwards off hands.
Did well.
Marriage on the run. Hands to it. Dawson whacked an arm. Johnson a toe poke. Marriage. Dawson got down quicker. McPhee caught. Hands it up. Dawson and Marriage again. Grigg tried to slip it out. Johnson had it but lost it. Still some danger here for Fremantle. Mundy to Barlow and it opens up for them now. McPhee had to go back and get it. Richmond getting some players back. Hurley drops what he should have taken, but it is a tough ball to be grabbing. He searches for the line deliberately and gets away with it. Vickery in the ruck now. Hurley off the carpet. Nahas. Jackson. Well, if you don't pay one, you can't pay the other. Hack toward full forward. Revolt stopped it with one boot, tried to kick it with the other. Marici tried to go off the deck, and it worked. Edwards, 2 goals from the goal line for Shane Edwards. Scores a level again.
Well, it wasn't pretty, but it's amazing what happens when you get the ball going in your direction.
Yeah,
just keep it going forward, Rob.
Yeah, just got to surge the ball, get it going. Because what happens with defenders, they've got a charging ball coming at them with wet conditions. We haven't seen many defenders today to take a clean ball, so they've got all the pressure on it. Could be mistakes, fumble. So I think it's just a game of meterage, and, and I think Fremantle have adapted to that quicker than Richmond. And if Richmond can answer in that way, they might score a few more goals.
Closing stages of the first half. Pavlich, and that's a mark.
Oh,
not quite.
You've got to pay that wet.
You'd think, although you don't change the rules just because it's wet. Pavlich to Neil. We still had a lot of it. Griffiths, Martin, with a chip Batchelor, Hurley. 2 minutes to half time.
Oh.
Newman has to go back and get that.
Dangerous kick.
Broughton's coming at him. Put some pressure on this kick now. It sits. Barlow attacks it. Main crumbs it, and he pokes it to Pavlich. Clever kick.
No one to blame but themselves. The Tigers just overdoing it, trying it to square up a ball with a 55-metre kick in wet conditions is very difficult. Put them under pressure. Then the Newman chip wasn't a good one either. He should have played the percentages and gone long and wide.
Exactly.
They're certainly better to go long to a contest, win that contest, the numbers around, and then they go into an open forward line.
It was a query had on them going into the game. Using small chip kicks has been one of their traits this year, so they've changed their game in these conditions.
3 goals in the opening term. This is for his 4th. And he sneaks it in, and Fremantle lead by a goal.
Kicking like the star he is, Matty Pavlich. He's got a beautiful leg, and he doesn't try to do anything different. A lot of players in the wet, the heavier ball, they kick around the corner a little bit, which means there's a much greater chance of it sliding off the outside of the boot or hooking it across your body. But he's got such a powerful leg, he just does exactly the same. Guides it down, kicks through the footy, and he still generates plenty of distance but keeps his accuracy.
Numbers have been down in 2012. In fact, they've been lower than they have been for 6 years for Matthew Pavlich. But he's having a good day at the office, and you can see the time in the forward half. Fremantle well and truly winning right now. And they're inside their forward half again here. Broughton just got a kick away in time. Pavlich makes a contest. Hits the deck. Barlow. Caught, that's a throw. Play on advantage. And Tuck bangs at 60. Rewalt's at half forward, couldn't get a run at it. Well played by Subin, having a good day. Johnson heads wide, Ballantyne. That's in the back.
Oh, they're off here.
Play on advantage. Mundy short, cut off by Hurley. 20 seconds, not time enough for a Richmond score perhaps, but time enough for a turnover and maybe a Freo score. Has to be careful with this kick, and he is. Batchelor. If you've joined us late, Richmond led at one point by 13 points and were flying. Fremantle have played their way back into the contest and taken the lead by 6 points at half-time. 7-3-45 to 6-3-39, and there's silence here at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. The crowd are stunned.